who was going for the bump, Renshiro was really trying hard to not get demoed there. And the ball just going up to one field and then going back as Tango just bangs it back. But yeah, it's a pretty good side, not one-sided game.
Yeah, a bit of pinball back and forth. You know, that you said earlier on about game ones being a bit of a hazard. It feels that way for both these teams, playing a little bit cautiously, a little bit comfortably outside of both the goals. I feel like both teams have been pretty solid defensively. Still waiting for them to properly get tested, see which one of these teams can really grab a stranglehold of this game and start banging in the goals. A chance here might just fall for the VISU side, not able to do so. That might be they might get caught in the defense here. It seemed like there was so much time for Enya to come flying out of his own half and steal that ball away. Passing play coming out, Labyrinth to intercept. Oh, just turned over the crossbar. The follow up might be in. It's saved again. Renshiro coming off the backboard to get it. And at the moment, ATVINTA, they're applying the pressure and they've just about turned it in. Enya, I feel like we've set his name more than anyone else, and another goal for them.
Yeah, ATVINTA getting the pressure there, just boxing their opponents, making them waste their boost, and goals are happening easier if you get that.
Yeah, and just a little bit of a worry perhaps that this game might be a little bit easy for ATVINTA. They have really only had one chance sort of against them, and that was scored by VISU Gaming. Still plenty of ability within the VISU side, and I think they do have it in them to come back in this game one. They certainly have it in them to come back in the series already, and that's a great touch by Renshiro. We said Enya was the best player on ATVINTA. Renshiro has definitely been, for me, the best player on VISU. It's been a bit of a head-to-head between those two so far.
But it was Alexander getting this pass again for Renshiro, who's just ice cold in the finishing. And well, the game is open suddenly again. And after the kickoff approach from Alexander, we might see an early goal coming after the kickoff. However, Tango was aware of that situation. Now the counter attack coming for Enya, trying to go for the fake. But VISU is just really solid on defense. They're aware of what can happen and what should not happen. So Renshiro getting a good shot after Demmer coming from, I believe it was Brizzer. And with 1 minute to go, we might see an overtime.
Yeah, we might just. I think it's very interesting. I feel like VISU are playing like 10 times better whenever they're behind. You know, they've only been behind for about a cumulative about 30 seconds, but when they have been behind, they've just been able to just put so much pressure up the pitch, really sprint down the other end, and they've found the two goals they needed to tie things up. That's a centre ball, a little bit over the bar, and the miss comes through. That's a tap down that is hit forward by Alexander. Could see them get countered on though. Renshiro is alive to the danger and recenters this one for his team. It's flashed just wide of the box, and Enya's going to be able to try and get this one clear. So at the moment, the pressure is on ATVINTA, but I feel like there's a chance there might be a breakaway here. Pass back to the keeper is launched long again. Tango with a bit of pressure on him here, but he does have time to work with. Takes the ball over. One goes for the sidewall. In comes Labyrinth to hit that one forward. But then again, Bryzer, I don't think we've said his name yet. He's been really quiet, but this dribble could give us something to shout about. It is sadly intercepted, and with 15 seconds on the clock, it feels like your prediction of an overtime isn't looking very far-fetched.
Yeah, however, the ball's still in dangerous area as Enya gets it on the back wall. Renshiro had to go really far up to get that awkward clear. Labyrinth now getting it into the corner. Ball is up, still 1 second to go. Enya going for the double tap off the wall, not really, and I was right, it's overtime for the first game. Both teams are looking hot, both teams are trying to get the early lead. Tango off the kickoff. Couldn't get it past his opponent. Now it's Alexander taking his time. However, none of his mates were there. Now it's Enya going for the edge rubber bump. The net was open, and there's still the shot for Tango. However, Renshiro should have it cleared, and that was a great chance there. However, the placement was just a bit off.
Yeah, I mean, that's the sort of chance if they lose this game, they'll be ruining that missed opportunity. And I was going to say, if there's one word that sums up this game so far, it's tentative, but that shot is anything but fired in from Labyrinth. He excuses his own mistake from earlier. He makes no mistake that time through the center of the net, and he's taking game one for ATVINTA.
And I'm telling it's the Fennec. Like we see Enya and Labyrinth rocking the Fennec. It's just that all three players actually on the Fennec. Well, the corners are too OP for these kind of shots. And ATVINTA taking the first game, gaining a bit of polster coming up for the rest of the series.
Yeah, and I mean they'll take a lot of heart from that performance. It wasn't the best game in the world, but if you're grinding out a victory in game one, that sets you up incredibly well for the rest of the series. Visu Gaming are the team that sort of have to push themselves a bit more. I feel like they've shown us enough that I think they're more than capable of doing that. But it's just a question of maybe Renshiro was really good. Alexander got the 2 assists, maybe. But I feel like those two sort of need to step it up a little bit. Bryzer as well was basically non-existent throughout most of that game. He sort of needs to get on his teammates' level, and I feel like if VISU Gaming had been the team to score the goal, we would be saying the exact same thing about ATVINTA. I feel like Labyrinth and Tango, they've been pretty quiet as well. I'm not sure if you'd agree with that.
Well, usually playing the third guy is pretty hard, but nowadays, like I would say, modern tactic Rocket Leagues, right? The third guy usually is also scoring those follow-up shots, which come after pressuring the team to basically having no boost and having easy shots on the target. So I'm hoping for Bryza to step up and also Tango or Labyrinth to just show what they're really capable of.
Yeah, I think if I had to guess, I'd say Labyrinth was the first man for ATVINTA. I'm not entirely certain of that one, though. He looked a little bit like he was out of place when he had that opportunity in the previous game. Tango, though, he's been gifted. Right place, right time. The shot was not, though, just over the crossbar. That's going to be a little bit frustrating. Some misses so far we've seen from ATVINTA that they probably should have scored. That's another one, this time from Tango.
Yeah, it could be lack of concentration. They had quite some break after the quarterfinal matches, but the semifinals and they're just one step away from the big finals. You wanna get those shots on the target. So Tango going for the boost steal to open up space for Labyrinth. There goes the shot. Awkward save for Alexander. And it was Rensure who had to go make that save. Otherwise it would have been an early goal for Visutu again.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. We're still yet to see a goal in this one, considering the amount of pressure we've seen. Bryzer in with the double demo leaves Enya alone in opposition territory. He will fall back, and the ball will be headed back where he came from. That's been dealt with up in the air. Here comes Enya trying to dribble this one in. It doesn't look like his teammates are in any position to really support him as Alexander is able to try and launch a counter attack. This feels like the first time almost that Visu Gaming have got out of their own half.
Yeah, this game's been really awkward for them, trying to get any sort of offensive creations. However, Labyrinth going for the double tap perhaps. No, Alexander was there to make it safe. And we see ATVINTA just really taking control of this game as well. And if Visi are not figuring out how to stop them, then it's looking really dusty for them.
Yeah, it seems like we're on Forbidden Temple, and it feels like it's forbidden for either of these two teams to score a goal. We're still, they've teased us a few times. There's been a total of 5 shots. None of them have stuck the landing yet. Labyrinth has had 3 of them, more than everyone else on the server put together, really showing the amount of effort he's put in. But I think it's really quite Team Rocket League between these two sides. I feel like they're sort of being governed by their fear of getting knocked out. ATVINTA, though, they're just about able to grind out these goals here. And it's Tango, the man. We talked about him. We wanted him to step up, and he has done there. It was probably a difficult one to miss, but he puts it so perfectly in the corner.
He was just standing there perfectly waiting for something, or the ball just somehow going into the middle, and he just scored beautifully. So, but Bryzer coming off with 2 demos is trying to create space. Goes for the flip reset, couldn't get it past Labyrinth, and now ATVINTA are trying to take control of this ball again. It's Aina dribbling up the field. Rensure gaining awkward 50. Alexander has to rush back and get a huge clear, which he does on Tango. Now we have a Sora counter-attack going, but the double commit on the offense might hurt them. Now it's the counter-attack chance for ATVINTA. Labyrinth getting the block. The ball in the middle going high, however Brizzer is there to block it, going for the double touch attempt from the corner. Alexander with the follow-up shot, however Labyrinth was there in the line to defend it once again.
Yeah, and it feels almost like that goal for ATVINTA was almost the best thing that could have happened to Visu. It's given them a license to get down the other end of the pitch and start having some chances. They were just penned into their own half for so long. It's nice to finally see them on the front foot having chances, but it might get caught out here. It has. Tango is a more difficult shot than his first one, but he places it slightly less well, but it's a goal nonetheless. Great pass from Enya, a bit of a pinch off the defender, but Tango's not going to care. He's found his second, and ATVINTA, considering how unlikely it's looked that Visu Gaming are going to score, I feel like 2-0 might be enough.
Yeah, and especially at that high level of gameplay, it's really hard to get it past the defender. And there was a really small mistake coming from Alexander who couldn't get it past to his teammate in the defense, and ATVINTA was immediately taking advantage of that. So it's really hard, but with the 130 minutes to go, we might see VISU waking up from the early shock and coming back to the series.
Yeah, we might just see ATVINTA slowly constrict on that orange goal, trying to find what would be, I think, the nail in the coffin here. But it's not been an incredibly free-scoring affair, so a 3-0 lead. I thought a 2-0 might have been enough. A 3-0 almost certainly would. There's a chance that ball went back. It's Breiser with a good shot, dealt with fairly easily, though, by Enya. Here comes Labyrinth up in the air with a good touch. Oh, it's beaten the keeper. I'm not sure if that was a mistake from Renshiro. Labyrinth's not going to care. The man with the most shots in the server has his first goal.
And it was a pretty, well, 3-1, as Renshiro was really struggling on the backboard there. The ball just being really slow, rolling into the target, or rather bouncing. And with 3 goals on the line for ATVINTA, that might be just the game, unless Brizzer takes it home. But Alexander was there with the follow-up shot, scoring, and they finally woken up in this game, but it might be just too late.
Yeah, Anya and Labyrinth sitting almost on top of each other there, forced to watch that ball go rolling past them both. And it might be a chance here. I thought the nails were in the coffin, but it seems that VISU Gaming, they want to roll in their graves. They want to toss and turn, and they want to try and get out of their coffin that they built for themselves, and they might just do so here. Second shot from Renshiro is dealt with. Labyrinth, good work in getting it a little bit away. Good pass back from Breiser. Sees a shot come in. It's over the bar, and Labyrinth up well to clear it a little bit further away. 30 seconds on the clock, but at the moment, at ATVINTA, they're struggling to get it out of their own half. This might be the chance. It's up in the air, and Tango gets a touchdown. Might be enough for Enya here. There's a 50 up in the air. Renshiro's shot instantly blocked by Enya. Here comes Alexander. He's good at setting goals up. Can he set one up here? Not quite. Breiser does come in too late. Tango able to get a touch, and with 10 seconds on the clock, I think this one might just be beyond VISU Gaming. Or not.
Oh. Well, Alexander has other ideas for this game. 4 seconds left to go. It was Renshiro who, of course, faked his opponent there on purpose, or rather letting Alexander going up for that shot. And, well, we've seen a few kickoff goals before. Why not right here? Why not VISU for tying this game up? Renshiro on the wall, couldn't get the touch, and now it's really awkward for Alexander. However, could it get past one? Now Brizzer has to somehow get this touch, but it's cleared once again. Tango with a double touch approach, and Rishiro couldn't keep it up. So we have a two-game lead for ATVINTA here.
Yeah, fair play to ATVINTA. They did what they needed to do. VISU Gaming, they seemed to almost just start playing when there was 30 seconds on the clock. It was quite weird from them. You felt like they were behind for so long. If they could start playing as they did at the end there, if they did it earlier, then I think they could have easily won that game. They looked so good at the very end. Alexander coming alive with 2 goals of his own, 3 saves and 4 shots. Sees him pick up a tidy 564 points, joint with Labyrinth, who's 4 goals and 4 saves and 1 goal. Sees him atop the ATVINTA side, but VISU Gaming, they've looked fairly even. The two sides, if I had to edge it, I'd say it's like 55-45 to ATVINTA at the moment. But it's not, the games aren't going that way, and that's what the crucial thing is. And as we go into game 3, this is a must-win for VISU Gaming.
Yeah, every goal matters, and if you get these too late, or just after being down with 3 goals, it's not unusual to see them losing that game. However, I believe if they get the first goal in this game, then we might see just VISU taking off for this game and trying to bounce back in this series, because right now it will become really uncomfortable if they drop this game as well.
Incredibly uncomfortable indeed. As uncomfortable as I feel it could be, Broken, they would be staring their tournament death in the face. They're going to try and start off strong here. They are on the back foot immediately. Great touch by Alexander, though. Can he follow through? It's a double commit almost. Tango has been dealt with. He's been punished for forcing his teammate out of position there. Here comes Breiser. He's done a little else but demoed players at the moment. Could he bang one into the net? Still waiting to see him really come alive, and I hope he does get a chance. There is a minimum of 2 more games left in the series, so it'd be nice to see him get going. But it feels like here, VISU Gaming, they're the team that's come out flying out of the blocks here. They feel like their backs are against the wall. I've said before that they seem much better when they're behind. Well, they are behind now.
Yeah, and this was simple stuff coming from ATVINTA again. Enya getting one beat on the opponent's corner, and well, Labyrinth, we've spoken about him stepping up, and he just scores again. So that's a 1-goal lead again. Labyrinth once again going for the air dribble, going for the flip reset, but Brazer was dead. He just waited to get it past the offender. Now Alexander having to get a good 50 upfield. Alexander not being able to get a touch on that, and the net is open. However, Labyrinth was not fast enough to get this shot going. Renshiro trying to get it as far as away from his goal as possible. Alexander going for some sort of touch, but it's looking a bit chaotic from VISU's side. They're trying to get a few approaches, but it's just not as good looking as ATVINTA are.
Yeah, and ATVINTA, this feels like a replay of so many of the games we've seen so far. ATVINTA in control and cruising through the game, double commit in the air, could see them punished. Alexander's shot dragged wide of the net as Labyrinth able to sort of deal with it in the air. He's been pickpocketed though, and Tango is able to save the day. Renshiro trying to recenter, get something going, but it's really difficult for his side now, and it feels like they just keep coming so close to having a shot. They work the passing play really well. They just not got that final touch as Enya is able to make another save at just over the crossbar from Renshiro, going in for the double touch. Doesn't come through. Keeper is demoed, but the ball is on the halfway line, not where it needs to be right now for VISU Gaming. They want to tie things up as they are. I feel like they need to score pretty soon because I feel like ATVINTA, they're going to grow in confidence as time goes on.
Yeah, with every save you realize, hey, we can just keep continuing to play like that. VISU are not going to score anyway, and with every second passing, they're having to push more and more, so the counter attacks will come stronger. So we might see VISU here trying to gain more control. Brazer with a beautiful musty flick pass to Alexander, who was going for the double touch off the ground. Now Brazer having to get control, but Labyrinth was there to rush him, and now the ball is just there in VISU's half again. Alexander. Huge double commit, but it didn't matter that much. Labyrinth trying to get a 50 off that, and Ayuna just beautiful stuff on defense. He's gotten like a few crucial saves who might have broken VISU out of this game. And as I'm saying that, Brazer scores. I feel like every time we are trying to...
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's like we try and write something off and then it just happens anyway. That was a beautiful goal. Seeing the two players, the two keepers try and like go for it from either side, one coming from the left, one coming from the right, sort of go past the ball. Both pretty beautiful stuff broken. I'm sure you can testify as a player how frustrating it is to see a shot like that go in. Could be seeing another one. That one was just over the bar and Enya's had to go from range. Why not? It should be easily dealt with by Renshiro, and it is. But at the moment, 1-1, I'm actually surprised VISU Gaming have got themselves back into it, and now the onus is on ATVINTA to show us what they've got. They've shown us before, and Enya not able to do it there. Great work by Alexander, just covering Enya, not letting them have a single inch to try and turn the shot in with. And this is looking like a good game. It's taken us to game 3, but it looks like things might actually be getting interesting here.
Yeah, and that's a must-win for VISU. Like, it's one of those tough games that when you win, even if it's not yours to win, but you somehow get more goals than your opponent, after not being able to get any type of good shots, that would be huge for the mentality. And VISU now opening up the field after Alexander got a good demo. However, Enya is getting their back with demoing Brazer. So now Tango with a huge pass on the back wall. Enya going for the shot, and it's saved by Brazer. I don't know how, because Tango was still having a piece of that. Now the counter approach, but Tango was there to block it. Alexander dropping it down to the middle for Brazer, going on the back wall, and Tango with a huge pinch clear slash pass for Enya going for the counter attack. With a good demo, and the goal is still open. Brazer had to make sure to rush back there. Alexander not being able to take control, and it's just pure chaos. Demos left and right. Brazer not being able to clear that. The goal is still open, and Enya was able to get that shot just above. I believe it was Renshiro, right? Yeah.
I think it was, yeah. Renshiro just tried to crush it into the
Oh,
crossbar. It went off the crossbar onto himself. 1 second on the clock will be a minor consolation. It might just be a case here of trying to dodge this center ball, let it run across the ground, and that's what ATVINTA do. They take their third game in a row. Not nearly as dominant as what we've seen before, but they'll be happy nonetheless. And I think they're on the warpath here. They want to put the Infinitude Series 2 Ghosts behind them, and they're looking on course to do so.
yeah. And although it was the closest game of them all, I believe like ATVINTA just had the better confidence in this game, as they knew, hey, we beat them twice already. We can just get it a third time. So VISU, while having better chances overall, ATVINTA is just playing more convincing, and with now 4 match points, I can really see them just sweeping right now.
I mean, it's hard not to predict the sweep whenever the team has won 3 in a row, and I hate to do this to you, Broken. I know it's our first time casting together, and
Also,
it
okay.
might be our last, but which one of us was it that predicted VISU Gaming to win?
I would rather not want to talk about that.
Alright, okay, sorry, man.
It was Dennis, like you forced me to. No.
Not sure what's going on. I think we might be having a little bit of a stall here. Someone's game has frozen. We might be having a restart, which means, I think this is a good thing for VISU Gaming almost. They'll just be able to reset, calm down a little bit. It is ATVINTA that have had the player whose game's froze before anyone has any accusations of foul play to throw about. But would you say, right, you're a player. You've played at this sort of level before. Right, this is you guys. Oh, we're back in the game already. I'm surprised about that. But if you were on VISU Gaming side, how would you feel, and how would you try and mentally get yourself back into this one and try and begin the reverse sweep?
Well, it's the casual approach. You just have to think about it being just one game after another. You can't think about we have to win 4 in a row. It's just, hey, let's try to win the next game. And then after that, you're trying to get another. And if they are able to get 2 games from here, I can see ATVINTA being a bit scared, especially if VISU for the first time, I believe, getting the lead pretty early on. So why not starting it now with the reverse sweep?
Well, every reverse sweep starts with a single goal. That was the first goal for VISU Gaming. Will it be the last in this series? Will ATVINTA be coming back into this one? Here comes Tango with the pass up to Labyrinth. It's cleared away though. Enya with the follow through. Great block again by Alexander that time. Renshiro was trying to get this ball forward, not nearly far enough. Here comes Brazier, the goal scorer, up for his second. The double commit on the defense costs them nothing, as Enya is able to try and follow that ball forward. At the moment, though, it's feeling like, the last game where it was ATVINTA sort of penned into their own half, but the difference is that ATVINTA are actually behind at the moment, and they're in danger of going 2 behind unless they can try and get down the other end of the pitch as they are now. Decent chance almost created. Enya had a snatch at it, not able to stick anything though.
Yeah, and VISU just playing with more confidence, it seems, although they're down 3 games. They're the ones to take control early in this game. As we can see, Brazier winning this crucial 50 upfield, trying to demo his opponent to create more space. Alexander on the wall, getting bumped. Enya getting a touch into the middle, however it's dangerous as Brazier gets a free shot. And the follow-up shot from Alexander was dangerous as well. However, Labyrinth was keeping his cool and getting the save. And, well, they're still up 1 goal, and if they just can keep it up for the rest of this game, that's a good start for them.
Yeah, I want to quickly mention, I just saw it there again. I feel like, even though ATVINTA, they have won this game fairly comfortable. Not this game, the games in this series so far fairly comfortable. There has been a few too many double commits for my liking, and I feel like that's got to be something if you are the team that they will be facing in the final, whose name I will just check for a second. It is, oh god, I haven't got it up. I'll get back to you on what it is. But the team that's going to be facing them, we're going to take a little bit of heart from that. I think they, might be able to get this one done against this ATVINTA side. I know they lost in the final before, and they don't look another level compared to VISU Gaming here. They have been the better side, but not by a million miles.
And it's Stones, by the way, who won their other semi-final. And Enya is trying to get her as fast as he can. By going with for the air triple bump. However, Renshiro going for a nasty redirect. However, even though he missed, the shot was very dangerous, no matter the outcome. Now Tango trying to get control of the ball. How Alexander is looking for a pass into the middle. Renshiro getting bite by his teammate Brizzer, who said like, "Hey, I want to score this one." Brizzer. I don't know what happened there, but we'll just keep going. Yeah,
We keep going.
we'll
Yeah,
keep
we roll
going.
with it.
Tango off the wall, trying to get a huge second 50 win. The net is open. Renshiro getting a shot. No Labyrinth. I don't know where he came from, but he made that save to keep it still competitive in this game.
Yeah, it feels like one of ATVINTA's 9 lives has been gone from that save from Labyrinth. Just somehow coming out of the back of the net to save his team's bacon one last time is 1 minute 20 on the clock, and ATVINTA, the team, firmly onto the cosh here. Just 4 shots from them, facing down the 8 for VISU Gaming. They might have a chance here. Labyrinth with a miss. Touch from Tango's good. Goes for the centre. Blocked by Bryzer. It's up in the air, though. Enya with one touch. Goes for the second one, but the aerial interception has come through from Renshiro. Sets up Alexander. Will he get this goal? Hits it wide of the post, and it is cleared away. Bryzer looking to try and recenter this one. He makes a decent attempt, but Enya's clearance might just keep his team alive for a little bit longer.
Yeah, and we've seen like so many demos coming from VISU. Oh, that shot that should have been in triple commit from VISU. Now the chance for Anya follow-up shot. Ball still in dangerous territory. However, Brizzo getting a beautiful long clear, which should give them the time to regain boost and regain pressure even after Brizzo got a good challenge on that. But yeah, the demos coming from VISU are definitely benefiting them.
Oh, how's he dragged that one wide? Broken, I don't understand. That was the game there and then. It looks like the series might be keeping on going, but we should have been leveled up. ATVINTA, they've had some really good chances in the last 30 seconds or so, and that they're not going to have a better one than that unless Anya, can he work anything here? Centers it. It is whacked away, and that might just be it. It's a case of keep the ball up now. Labyrinth makes a decent attempt at starting it. Here comes Bryzer, though. That is into the ground in VISU Gaming. They do have their first game. They will need to win the next 3 in a row, but stranger things have happened.
It's a start, right? And we've seen a completely changed up VISU Gaming, like comparing this game to the 3 before. They were playing with much more confidence. They were able to keep the pressure going, having better passes, better midfield passes in the defense to get more chances to clear the ball farther or more far away from the opponent. And ATVINTA looked kind of shocked that VISU are still competing in the series.
Yeah, ATVINTA maybe expecting their opponents to roll over and sort of play dead. It's not going to happen though. VISU Gaming, this is it. Maybe that they're sort of planned on getting to the final. This is their final games of the day, no matter what they're going off after this one. Whether it's to the final or whether it's just to bed or relaxing, then they've got nothing to fear here. They've no expectations, no pressure. When you go 3-0 down in the series, people expect you to get swept. They don't expect you to make the comeback, and they might just be able to take enough heart from that to start grinding that comeback out there. 1/4 of the way there. Can they add another quarter to that crown?
Yeah, that question will be answered in approximately 5 minutes. Labyrinth trying to keeping it in 5 minutes. However, Renshiro, the long clear and the net is open. The follow-up shot from Brizzer is going in after Renshiro was getting a good clear. And it's Arnie who wasn't able to get that important touch on the back wall already, so he had to jump down, and with this slow clear, it was Brizzer who just got a free shot.
Yeah, good work by them. It feels like we might be seeing a bit of deja vu all over again. VISU Gaming with the lead. ATVINTA, they'll have to try and do what they did they couldn't do in the last game and score a goal back. They've got plenty of time to work with, nearly the whole of the game. 4 minutes and 30 seconds just gone. There might be get caught on the defense here. Sorry, as Bryzer tries to fire a shot in. Alexander goes for a center as opposed to a shot, drags it way off to the left. Does follow it up. It's a 1-2 to himself, and then eventually lands to Renshiro. Tries to pass the ball forward. Doesn't fall for him though. As it's going to be a bit of back and forth here, I feel like, Brooke, and I feel like neither of these teams wants to be the team that concedes the next goal.
And we can see both teams getting a bit more shaky with that game. We've seen double commits from both sides. It was right now on the defense, Alexander and Renshiro double committing before. However, Bruiser dropping it down, beautiful touch, and Renshiro trying to get a 50 past the defender, but it was blocked from Anya, who on defense is just keeping his cool, getting the clears, getting the saves he must, and well, if you can't score these, you might as well just focus on your defense yourself, because there's still one goal in the lead.
Yeah, good save there by Alexander. No shortage of shots coming through from ATVINTA across the last two games while they were behind. Just not consistent enough. There was too much gaps between the periods of pressure. Here comes Tango. It's the centre ball cleared away by Alexander, only as far as Labyrinth. He'll try and centre this one again. Looks to aim it towards his teammate. Can't see anyone there though. Tries to hit a mid-air demo, but he has missed. I'm not really sure what was the plan there in terms of that attack from ATVINTA. They seem to have no one forward except for Labyrinth, and he tried to go for a pass into what was effectively empty space. On the defense, though, they are still holding firm. Enya's hit is going to be well over the bar. The follow-up might not be. Alexander forced to hit that one backwards. Tango with the interception wins the aerial 50. Labyrinth's going to come try and sweep up, but Bryzer is able to come from below and steal that one away. And we're halfway gone in this game, and I think if you're VISU Gaming, you're very happy with the place you're in right now.
Oh, absolutely, and we can see the confidence with every clear, with every shot. VISU are realizing more and more that they still have a chance in the series. So we have Brizzer getting the long clear after Labyrinth dropped it down the middle. However, he gets almost a touch for his teammate. Now it's Enya with a good angle. However, Brizzer focusing to get that save. Renshiro off the wall, just trying to get it as far away from his goal as possible. And Brizzer now with the chance, because Arena was caught off guard with the last man standing. Tango.
Yeah, both these teams have got a fairly solid defense. Offensively, they might have been a little bit weaker. As I say that, it's just caster curse after caster curse broken. It's not even fun anymore.
It happened like 6 times, right? So
yeah. I know no goals in this game. No one's going to score. Oh, Labyrinth, he's changed his mind. He's just going to turn that one in. Great work by him. And we might be seeing a lot more open game now, considering there's not one of these two teams forced to chase.
Yeah, and then I believe an overtime would rather benefit ATVINTA, right? Just have the mentality of, one goal and we're off. And these are still having to get a huge comeback. However, if they continue like playing the game before and this one right here, I can see them having a good shot at that.
Yeah, and he's going to try and farm this one towards the center. Not able to do so. Labyrinth forced tail between his legs to go running back. It's actually Tango the one to get the next touch. Double commit on the center of the half. Doesn't see a counter-attack be built though. There might be a counter-attack, but not going to come to fruition. Here comes Enya, probably the star of the series for me. They're going to try and make one more goal work. It might be all they need at ATVINTA to see themselves in the final with the seconds ticking down. The next goal is getting more and more crucial with every passing second, and overtime is still, of course, on the cards as it was in game number 2. But which one of these two teams will find that elusive second goal?
Well, if Enya is still continuing with his defensive and offensive presence, being able to get good kind of shots and good kind of clears like Tango did here, gaining the Savior medal, then we might very well see an overtime. Now Renshiro having to make awkward touch down his back wall, which might give ATVINTA a chance here. Tango on the opponent's back wall, trying to get Alexander bumped out of the way. Now the pinch from Renshiro and Alexander, and the net is wide open, so the ball just goes in.
It looks like we're going to go for the lowest scoring 7-game series of all time at the moment, Broken, as we're going to be having probably another one here unless we see a 7-second goal from ATVINTA. I have faith, though, in the defense holding up for VISU Gaming. What the question is, can there be any chance at all here? It seems like they might just try and play keep ball. Alexander flicks it on. That's going to hit the ground. Oh, no, it's kept up by Tango. Might just be a chance here. The flick on, that's a bit too hard and a bit too wide. It's going to hit the ground in VISU Gaming's corner, and they're halfway there now. Broken. You know, it might just happen after all.
Well, now we have seen like those two games, and you've asked me before being a player. I know I've been in the situation, and the main problem right now for VISU is they're not in that mentality of yeah, let's just focus on winning the next game, right? They won 2 games in a row, and they're hungry. Like they've seen ATVINTA also bleeding, so these are thinking about the whole sweep right now, and I'm just hoping that this would not end up pressuring them into thinking, oh, we must win the next 2 games rather than just focusing on the next one. And Blue Wolf just left. All right, solo cast. No, I believe we will wait for him rejoining, but yeah. We've seen a much more confident VISU Gaming right here, so it wouldn't surprise me if they get the 3-3 going for game 7. However, now I'm not really sure if we're just continuing like that because the players are ready. However, Blue Wolf's internet just decided to die. Yeah. Can we join? Well, it's not up to me, but yeah. So I believe we're waiting for Blue Wolf to get his internet connection back. Oh, nice. Okay, players are joining. Yeah. So we are ready for game 7. Game 6 rather, sorry. And as always, it's starting with the kickoff, and would be really important here for VISU to get the first one going, first goal going, because I believe in every game before, the team with the first goal won actually the whole game. So early dominance in this game would be mandatory for them to win this. My Bruiser almost getting it behind the ATVINTA's back, as nobody was realizing the dangers of that shot. Now Tango trying to pressure it down, however, it was blocked from a VISU Gaming player. Bruiser with a beautiful shot for Alexander, who just faked it, and Bruiser getting it past the defensive line. And the passing plays are beginning to come through. It was Bruiser who started that game and who basically just passed it to himself because Alexander just decided to let it go because his teammate had much better positioning right there. And if this game's going to be like the ones before, then we can just surely say that VISU are going to win this and we are seeing a game 7. However, at this point, it wouldn't surprise me if ATVINTA realized the dangerous situation. However, it's not like that. Labyrinth had to get that incredible save off the line with millimeters away from being 2 goals down, which could have hurted them even more. Now Tango upfield. However, the goal is open after the counter-attack and Alexander to put it through. The game pace overall is much more fast in this game, and VISU are taking control of that and making it sure to go that their way.
That seems so unfair. Broken. As soon as I leave, not leave, as soon as my internet dies, it's just the fast paced gameplay comes out. I miss it so much, and I will be getting back into it shortly, but give me an update. Tell me what's happened.
No, if you are a VISU fan, then I bet they just want you to leave as well, because they put another one through. It's 3-0 up for them, just a bit more than a minute played, and damn, VISU are looking hard to go to game 7 right there. And ATVINTA, who figured out how to win the first 3 games, completely looking lost right now, as VISU are just much more fast and much more confident, and with almost every shot finding the net, it seems almost impossible to ATVINTA to get back into this game now. The counter-attack chance once again for VISU coming through. It's Labyrinth who get a good 50 up to the side for Anya, who has, however, has no boost. I'm sorry, and yeah, so it's basically do or die in this situation already, and Tango just absolutely out of his mind, faking two opponents, getting a low 50-50 past the defender line. And he was so patient, waiting for Rinchiro to jump there to just push it below him. And well, now it's only 2 goals for them to come back, so it will be interesting to see if ATVINTA are figuring out how to unlock the puzzle of defending VISU in Game 6 right here after Alexander just got a good shot on the target. And are we seeing a Rule 1 right there on the back line? Nah, okay, I believe it was Alexander.
We don't want any Route 1. We're only seeing beautiful Rocket League now broken. It seems like everything has just suddenly clicked into place for this VISU gaming side. It's all cylinders are go. They're firing all cylinders. All systems are go. Mixing my metaphors, but they're mixing up their play here with some really aggressive stuff. Great to see. I am back into it. I'm enjoying the game, but ever since I've rejoined Broken, I haven't seen a single goal. So maybe, just maybe, I am a jinx.
Well, I mean, we've jinxed like, what, 7 goals now before, so you can just confidently join here because I believe VISU finally realized how to beat ATVINTA, ATVINTA, yeah. In this game, Alexander going for the first flick, getting a 50 on Tango, so that Ranchiro is able to pace back. However, there was a small double commit coming from Ranchiro and Bruiser right there, no Tango. Looking for Labyrinth, however, Bruiser just faster, and I believe we, yeah, should talk to him after the first game for not stepping up, but after that it was actually Bruiser who was in charge of getting those plays going. And VISU Gaming in general looking really hungry to get it all the way to Game 7.
Yeah, and you got to worry about ATVINTA now. Where are they at mentally? Do they have the fortitude to come back into this one? That is the question. The answer is looking like a maybe not as the ball's rolling everywhere on the line. You see your cam out of the corner of my screen. The face you're making makes me laugh. You didn't like seeing that one go in, did you?
It's just a physical play from VISU. I would love to see how many demos they got in the whole series. And while this not being a demo, the bump being even better right here to regain the lead of 3 goals. And well, we've been there once before, but it was ATVINTA with 3 goals in the lead. So I don't see ATVINTA coming back to this game. And at this point, I'm just excited to hopefully see a Game 7. Not if Tango can score that, but he just with the ball and, well, Ventura might take it all here.
Yeah, I feel like Game 7's an inevitability at this point. The time is just so low, and I feel like all the momentum's got to be with VISU here. They've most of the way through this reverse sweep. Just that one final jewel in the crown to be added, that one final stone in the gauntlet to be found. And at the moment, I think it's just ATVINTA just treading water. This game is done and dusted pretty much, unless we see a final second surge. Tango was unable to find it. His teammate Labyrinth was unable to find it. And it seems like the grand final of the Infinitude series, I feel like if Stones, they're going to be feeling incredibly warmed down here, considering how long this game has been going compared to the other semi-final. But which of these two teams will they be playing is the question. It could still be either of them, genuinely. I feel like ATVINTA, they might just snap themselves back to reality, get back into this game and steal away this reverse sweep victory.
Yeah, and Game 7 usually being a game of mentality, a game of keeping the concentration up after what now, like 40 minutes of already playing Rocket League, or rather 30. So at this point, we've seen both teams being capable to take down their opponent, and man, I'm just excited for a Game 7. Man, who doesn't love a Game 7 at this point, right? So
ATVINTA, that's all I'm going to say. I feel like everyone else is loving life except Tango, Labyrinth, and Enya. They've dug themselves a hole, and now they're going to have to try and crawl their way back out of it. 5 more minutes of Rocket League in this semi-final. Don't forget there's a grand final right about after it. Broken. I'm sure you'll be incredibly excited to see either of these two teams take on If Stones in, I think, just under 20 minutes now.
I feel kind of guilty after denying the fact that I predicted VISU to game after they were down 3-0. However, I returned to that prediction because VISU after winning 3 consecutive games before, are looking like the harder team to win this game 7 as well.
Yeah, maybe they will be the team that does take it. I'm still backing ATVINTA, to be honest. I think they have it in them to try and just win this game, and they might just do so here with an early goal. Tango unable to do it. The first goal is just going to set the tone for this one, as it does in every game, but even more so here, considering how low scoring these games have been outside of the last one, which was a 4-1. Most of these games have been decided by 1 or 2 goal margins. Very few times have we seen both teams actually willing to score, get on the score sheet, and just really go toe to toe in that regard. Not since game one have I felt there's been a game that's truly been 50-50. This could be the difference, though, is with a minute gone, it is still 0-0, and both these teams battling it out across the midfield, neither of them able to try and take this tug of war as of yet.
And Alexander going for the follow-up shot after his great clear. Yeah, you've mentioned it. The first goal most likely will be the deciding one, so both teams are being a bit more conscious about what might happen as Alexander just gets another demo for VISU Gaming. And I wouldn't say their whole offense relies on physical play, but it's been a key factor for this whole series till now.
Key factor indeed, one of many factors that's seen them make this comeback up until this point. 1.5 minutes gone yet, and I feel like that this will be a very late first goal. I feel like both these teams' defenses have figured out each other's offenses. They know how each other works, and that's just a case of shutting them out. It's going to need something pretty special to pry open the lock that is this VISU Gaming defense. I mean, Enya, Tango, and Labyrinth, they're going to give it their best shot to try and make that grand final. The €100 of compensation is sitting there. It can easily be taken. The question is, will it be in the final? Will one of these teams go on to win, or will If Stones just be like, oh, we're not tired because we won our game like an hour and a half ago? Well, we have our first goal. It's Bryzer to take it. We chewed him out at the end of game one, but he started weak. He's finishing exceptionally strong here.
Well, and looking at the formula we've created, that should be the end of the series actually. So because every single game was won by the team who scored the first goal, and with VISU taking the game here in game 7, that should be deciding. However, it's now for ATVINTA to prove us wrong with getting back to the game. So we are here, Anya taking control of the ball, getting a good 50 upfield for Labyrinth to drop it down. However, Bruiser was aware of that idea, as he's now doing the same, trying to find a pass into the middle, going for a pinch with Alexander. Now the pass from Labyrinth going for Anya, however, not finding his mate right there. Rensure taking it to the corner. Much space for Alexander, and a great shot coming off from him. Man, I've told you about him at the beginning of the series, and he wasn't looking that great, but in the last 4 games, him and especially his whole team just popped off and proved us wrong.
Popped off indeed. Excellent stuff by them. Alexander, you talked about him in the build-up, showing us what he can do. He's been quiet throughout the series, I think it's fair to say, but he's shown up where he's been needed. And ATVINTA, they've put themselves in a hole. They've lost 3 games in a row, and it looks like they're on course to lose one more, and it's going to be a third goal. Chance of them getting swept here.
Nah, that man just realized, hey, yeah, we're just going to make it a bit more interesting for the viewers, so we're going to give them a 3 game lead, and then we're just going to reverse sweep them, right? And his team agreed on that because every single member of VISU Gaming, after being 3 games down, decided to just play out of their minds, and they continued that streak for the 4th consecutive game, and once again leading by 3 goals. And at non-point of this game, I was confident in ATVINTA actually taking the whole series, so this might be the bitter end after being up 3 games for them.
Yeah, ATVINTA with a minute and a half on the clock, it does look beyond them, considering we've seen them in such a similar circumstance many times before, and they've not really delivered then. They're probably not going to be able to deliver now, to be brutally honest, but they can prove me wrong. My prediction is appearing to be wrong, but unless ATVINTA, they can dig themselves out of that. Oh no! I
What?
thought that
That
was
was
definitely
I
going
turned
in.
away. What happened? I have to get a replay on that. Like, nah, I just turned away, being amazed by the beauty of the pass of Bristle, and then the and the ball just went in.
It was
Didn't go
Brizzer.
in.
He followed through, like he came across the sidewall and then like flew across the net and blocked his teammate's shot. They're probably not going to be punished for that. But if you end up losing the game after that moment, you're just going to kill your teammate. That's just the reality of it.
Well, however, saves don't win you the game, and they didn't put any goal in this final game of the series in, so we can just assume that VISU Gaming were the better team, even though they weren't able to get that one shot in because Anya was just saving that, and Ventura got a free shot off that. I don't know what happened there, but who am I to blame them being 3 goals down and basically knowing we blew a 3-game lead.
Yeah, 11 seconds left. This is the worst time to be in. You know, the game is gone, but you still have to keep playing for a little while longer. They might just concede again. Nope, Tango on the backboard, able to turn that one away. Can he get a nice goal for his own personal collection? Not quite. It is wide of the net, centered again. It's going to bounce the ground before it can be caught by the VISU Gaming player. Good luck to them in the finals. And once again, for ATVINTA, they fall short. Semi-finals this time. Not able to take it to a final. Incredibly disappointing for them.
Yeah, and respect to both teams delivering a beautiful series. GG's to ATVINTA, who basically had it going. They played really well in the first 3 games, but then kind of dropped off, or rather VISU Gaming just decided to show what they're capable of, and taking 4 consecutive wins to get a reverse sweep into the finals, which we will be broadcasting in a short time after a short break, I believe. So yeah.
Yeah, short break indeed.